Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. I want to remind you all over social media, Facebook, Blue Sky, X, and of course our YouTube channel, The Stephen Knight Show. Please subscribe. All right, well, Fat Joe's lawyers are refuting accusations from his former hype man, calling them lies made in exchange for a final settlement. And he's being accused by Terrence Dixon, also known as TA, of engaging coercive labor exploitation, financial fraud, and sexual manipulation, and violent intimidation. Dixon is seeking up to $20 million in damages. So the lawsuit was filed in the U.S. District Court of Southern District of New York, and was reviewed by the Independent. Dixon alleges that Fat Joe forced him into humiliating situations, including sex acts performed under distress and surveillance, accompanied by threats of abandonment in foreign countries if he refused compliance. Dixon further alleged that he was coerced into more than 4,000 sexual acts to maintain his standing within the enterprise. Now, of course, Fat Joe's lawyers are saying this is a shakedown. Here we go again. I'll start with you, Brittany.
I'm gonna file a case of some exes I slept with, some men I slept with. See if I can get some. I can see. I'm gonna go back and see who doing well, and I'm taking somebody. Everybody got a court case out. I'm taking somebody to court. Somebody go pay me for wasting my time, okay? Because I didn't know you could do all of these. I am just tired. I'm gonna go through and see. I'm gonna go look on Instagram and stalk them.
Well, you don't remember Mariah Carey? She was dating that billionaire, and in Australia, I think it was Australia. And when they broke up, she sued him for $10 million for wasting her time and won.
I need to refresh myself on the law. Like, if the sex is trash, I'm suing you. If you wasted my time and it turned out to nothing, I'm suing you. Like, I need to see what the law is on my side. I'm about to go see what it takes. Because are you looking up these cases? You looking up the sexual misconduct cases? I'm confused to put on this show.
I mean, it's the hot topics. Keke, what are your thoughts on this Fat Joe case?
I'm tired. I really am tired. And so as a legal strategy, here's some free legal advice for everyone. If you're in a position and you know, especially for those people that are growing into their wealth, if you know you're on especially like public figures, if you know that you're on a path of growth, mainly for these influencers that are growing, right? Mm-hmm. Or somebody who's just starting out. Anyone in your circle, you might want to do an NDA, and you might want to say in the NDA, you are to take no legal proceedings against me in perpetuity. Okay, yeah. That was some free legal advice. No one could ever sue you ever for anything, and that's legally bound, and it's almost like not inviting a vampire into your house.
Right, exactly. Can't come in.
To add to Chike's serious point, y'all think Usher and Chris Brown gonna get some lawsuits for these concerts? Because let me tell you, them women is willingly doing it. So y'all think they gonna 10 years from now when they viral and they looking back because women have gotten divorced and some women's lives have blown up from this stuff. Mm-hmm. They gonna sue them?
Well, look, listen. I just seen some footage from Chris Brown on the stage with this one girl. I was like, Lordy, Lord, Lordy.
Right.
Is she a plant? I would hope she would be a plant and not just some random that he picked up off the audience, to be up on stage with like that, because, you leaving yourself wide open, bruh. You got enough issues.
Right. She was ready to risk it all in that performance.
That's the comments.
So was he.
Read the comments. Please read the comments.
Comments get you every time.
Usher too. The ones at Usher, they be, yeah. So
I mean, living up to your image, is it really worth everything that you've ever worked for?
Right. Exactly. Everything you work for. All right, well, a new bank rate survey reveals that nearly half Americans, 45%, believe earning at least $100,000 annually is necessary for feeling financially comfortable. Conducted by YouGov in May 2025, the poll sampled 2,260 U.S. adults and revealed shifting benchmarks for financial stability. With 34% said they would feel secure earning anywhere between 50,000 and 99,000, over 99,000. 26% said 150,000 is more needed. Notably, 8% claim they need at least $500,000 to feel comfortable. Now, when asked what income would make them feel rich or financially free, over 55% said $200,000 or more. 13% said 500 to 99,000 or more, while 26 said a million or higher. Despite those percentages, the U.S. Census Bureau reports that the median household income in 2023 was 80,000, a little over 80,000, and for a family, it was 102,800 for families. Full-time workers earn a median of $60,000. Now, financial goals also vary by generation and family status. A third of Gen Xers and parents with young children said 150,000 would bring financial peace. Interesting, a third of the parents work adult children felt that a million would suffice. But still, 77% of respondents say that they aren't financially secure, while 32% doubt that they'll ever be. Only 42% of those earning six figures felt truly safe. It used to be a thing where people would say, if I can get into six figures, I'm doing well. But now they're saying that's minimum wage, not minimum wage, middle class. Chicken, what are your thoughts on this? When people are saying what they need?
Um, so yes, life is expensive, right? Costs to be born and it costs to
Uh-huh.
die.
Uh-huh.
And there's taxes in between. Uh, I think that basically everyone who is not impoverished lives above their means. And I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. We're just built that way. You know, the structure of our financial system and how we all live. I just think that we all live slightly above our means. So
Yeah.
that means we're always, paying, ahead. We're always, trying to achieve slightly more than we actually can afford. And it keeps us in this perpetual space of striving to do more.
Yeah.
I think the trick is not to live beyond your means. I
Mm-hmm.
think that we all, as Americans, because if you travel around the country, anyone's been to any other country and you get to know the other countrymen, we're the fat, greedy Americans. It's always lavish and luxurious for us.
Mm-hmm.
And we could stand to not do that.
Yeah.
Like, there's certain luxuries that I know that I could do without. I don't need them. It's because I enjoy them. It's because I want them.
Right.
I think that if we all took account of that, scale back a little bit, I think you would see that you probably would have more of a financial handle on your life.
Yeah, it's true. Brittany, in the movie Straw, Tyler Perry's Straw, this one of the quotes that stood out to a lot of people. The older woman said in the bank, "People don't realize how expensive it is to be broke." Um,
That part.
mhm. What are your thoughts on people saying they need upwards to almost $1 million to be comfortable?
I agree. I think that it's outside has gotten expensive. It had it was a restaurant here. They charge you for having a DJ, or they had like it was like the
Oh yeah.
gratuity, the tip, then you gotta have live music. That was a fee on the receipt. Outside has gotten ridiculous. The food quality has gone down. But it costs more to go outside. Gas
Hmm.
costs $80 to park. You spend about $100 before you even get in the building. And then you get in the building, drinks $35. Like you spend a good $500 going out. Like,
It's true.
mm-mm.
It's
And I do agree with Chike. America is consumerism based. Like we are not practical. We are not modest. Everybody trying to flex on everybody else. So then you pull up and you the only one with a hoopty outside at goddamn Publix. Like LA Fitness is a club here in Atlanta. Like it's just ridiculous. Like it is so ridiculous. Like so I completely agree. I think that you know I think our priorities are out of order. Like I think I went to Turkey And you could tell it's literally the haves and the have-nots, but they're so happy. And then
Yeah.
like Keke said, like the little kids when they find out you're American, they're running up to you thinking you got all this money because we're just known for just blowing money
Yeah.
fast. And it's like, but then everybody I know got 3, 4 jobs trying to just live a life they are that they think makes them happy. But if you really have to work that hard to have it, is that really true happiness? Because it's like there's no balance.
Mm.
Some people in other countries work one job, live modestly, then in other countries they have summer breaks. They
Yeah.
have 4-day work weeks. You know what I'm saying? They balance their life way better, live more modestly, and are much more happier.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's another thing to Brittany's point, which she just said about how they nickel and dime you for every little thing. As individuals, working a job or working for a company, I think we all need to start looking at ourselves as independent contractors. And when you approach a job and you're trying to negotiate your salary, look at those things because you don't always have to accept what they offer you. That's an
Oh
offer.
yeah. Yeah.
You go in and you
Always,
negotiate it.
always negotiate.
Always
Always.
negotiate.
There's a me waking up in the morning for you fee. There's a me getting dressed for you fee. There's a me driving to work fee. There's an aggravation fee. You add all that into your salary because I know I do. You
Yeah.
have to pay me for all those
As a
things.
comp analyst, please be mindful and be realistic with yourself. If you don't have the credentials, please don't apply to be a
That
doctor
part, because that's the only
and
thing
think you're
that gives
gonna
you
get
leverage.
600,000 a year. We're not gonna hire you to do the brain surgery on nobody, and you ain't never went to med school now. Like,
Right.
come on.
Yeah,
Like,
you have
Exactly.
to be able to bring
no.
the goods, but you consider those things. They
Yeah.
do it to us.
Hmm.
How many service fees do you pay for your cell phone? What's the service?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah,
Every
that's
good
true.
that
Oh,
time.
Xfinity be getting over on people with all those extra overages, fees. Oh, you went over on your data this month. Or the movie was 3 hours long. That's an overage because most movies are 2 hours long.
Mhm.
Xfinity will get you. Then your cable bill $500. Like, mm-mm.
You ever get that Trump mobile phone?
Yeah, if he sell one more thing, if he sell one more thing, I think that even I had went to Tennessee and we went out and it just felt like going out we got sick from what we ate or drink and then we were talking about it and it was just like the quality of the food. And I think also like you're going out and you're buying all these mixed drinks and I think they're putting wells in the mixed drink. Like they're not even giving you quality that you're
Yeah.
paying for
Bottom.
at the money that you're paying for it.
Mhm.
And I just think that at this time, especially if we go into war, like if we do go into this war, it's a time that'll be a little bit more frugal
Mhm.
and be a little more mindful of the
Yeah.
spending
Mhm.
Mhm.
because I think even companies are cracking down with how often they're hiring. I know
Yeah.
that we're seeing a lot of reduction in hiring. There's heavy layovers, less hiring, less job openings
Mhm.
because companies are being more mindful of their spending,
Good
trying
spending.
to anticipate the economy with tariffs, with
Right.
war, with all this other stuff. So if companies are doing it, individuals should be doing it as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I said it. I could have said it better. Well, Keke Palmer isn't here for the double standards women face when it comes to dating. The actress pointed out how successful women constantly get judged for their partners, saying she's tired of people acting like her man has to be a millionaire. So I'm supposed to find love, but he's got to have a certain amount of money. Nobody cares when a man finds a woman under a bridge, she said. Keke even brought up Oprah and Stedman as an example, but the comments weren't letting that slide. Folks quickly reminded her that Stedman was the CEO of a Fortune 500 company. He's not broke. Oprah's just astronomically rich. One person replied. Keke doubled down, though, saying even Stedman isn't good enough in the public's eye. She said the greatest man isn't good enough for the greatest woman. But you remember this. Steve Harvey once told Keke, "Stop trying to give a boy your lifestyle when he hasn't earned it." Seems like she's choosing love of everything. What are your thoughts, Brittany?
I mean, I understand what she's saying. She's basically just saying that she don't mind being a breadwinner and that she does choose to date for love rather than what a person has attained or achieved. However, I think what Steve was saying is I at my age, I don't know how old Keke is, but
30. She's
I'm
30.
30 even.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm pushing 40. So I think that like at my age, I've learned that it is highly important to be equally yoked in
Mm.
whatever that looks like, outside spiritually, financially, in your mindset, in your ambition, in your goals. Equally yoked is what is important.
Right.
And I do think that I don't think that it's nothing wrong with a woman being a breadwinner, but if y'all don't have the same or aren't working towards the same goal, don't have the same vision, don't have the same plan, aren't working towards being your best version or this or that or financial freedom. Like let's say for instance you want to get out of debt. He's okay with being in debt. Like that's the equally yoked part
Yeah.
that I think that she needs an even playing field on. So the way Keke seems to work is I see her as a boss. So she needs somebody equally yoked to where they are a boss in their own right so that they're not feeling insecure
Mm-hmm.
when she gets into her career or they're not feeling threatened by her being around other men that are bosses in that field. And
Right.
I think that's the part that she's missing.
Mm-hmm.
But if you find a man and he broke and he still got boss energy, I'm for it. Hey, I don't know. So I just think the equally yoked part is the part that she's missing,
I agree
if
with
that
you.
makes sense.
It does. Chicken, what are your thoughts on this?
I agree with the evenly yoked. But she should have did more history on the comparison to Oprah and Stedman because Stedman had been with Oprah before she was Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah.
They've been together for quite some time, and I'm sure he's paid some dues. And remember, during that time, Oprah wasn't bringing in that type of money.
Right.
Stedman was the breadwinner.
Mm-hmm.
So they've grown through that. I
Right.
think if I have to say it, I think Kiki's still working out some issues with the breakup in her own relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And she needs a little bit more life experience before she gives out that kind of, advice to people. Because it does matter if you are equally yoked. Yes, I think love is fluid. You can be in any type of relationship that you want. If you want to make it work and you have the gumption to make it work, it can work. However, especially in celebrity with the spotlight on you, there's other things that are factors, like i.e. you going to a concert and have Usher actually sing to you, that puts you in this special elite box for you to have this interaction with Usher, and your man who doesn't have that witnesses that and has to see this other man, have this flirtation with you, and he feels some type of way. Well, he doesn't have the resources and the connections to be in the space that you're in. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure he's going to feel some type of way about that as a man because he cannot provide that. Like he cannot exude that. And
Yeah.
this man can. It's gonna affect you. So it's not always about money. It's about status. It's about power. It's about the finesse that they bring with that stature. It's
Mhm.
about all of that. So you
Yeah.
have to think about all of that when you think about those things.
Exactly. Yeah. And she just released a visual album on Friday, and which is actually pretty good. I watched it. It's like 27 minutes on YouTube, but it's basically based on her relationships. I guess why she's answering all these questions because she was on the Breakfast Club Friday as well, and they were asking all these questions about what happened and all that kind of stuff because she talks about it so much on her album. But yeah, I
I
mean,
would say also, like, to Chike's point, don't talk about nobody man. Because if you talk about my man, I would be defensive. I would. That was shady. Like you don't know what me and my man been through. That is, Chike made a
they talk
good
about
point.
Stedman. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, don't talk. If I was Oprah, don't talk about my man.
Well,
Just
she even has a line in one of the songs like "You were supposed to be my Stedman."
yeah, no, leave my man out of it. Because I don't know how long they've been together, but
Like
he
40
ain't even
years, almost 40
old
years.
enough. You ain't even old enough to know the history of the
Right.
relationship. So now you don't chump my man off like that, girl. Like,
And
do that.
it has to be something special. And you look at these couples that choose to be together and they decide not to marry for a long time. I think with Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell just got married recently. I mean, and they were
Oh, they
together
did get
for like
married? I didn't know
10,
that.
fine, yeah, they did. But
Okay.
they were together for like 10, 100,000 years.
Right. Yep. Yeah. Well, I like Keke. I hope she figures it out. All right. Well, before we leave, congratulations to Oklahoma City Thunder. They are the 225 NBA national champs. The team makes history, becoming the youngest NBA team to score a championship. They claimed the championship 103-91 against the Indiana Pacers. So congrats to them. Listen, Brittany, thank you so much for Hot Topics Chic See and movie reviews. And when we come up when we're back, our interview with home appraisal expert and author of Assessing My Values, Marcus Hill. Right back after this.